All right.
Are you
Hopefully,
watching the game, Nate?
I'm watching my playoff chances disappear in front of my eyes.
your
And
Eagles.
nah, I don't want them to go to the playoffs. All my fantasy football leagues, bro. I went from being in the playoffs, 4 out of 5 leagues, all my money leagues, to not finna make the playoff, to making it in one league.
Tragic.
Very disappointing. I need Aaron Rodgers to go for like 40 tonight.
That link is in the chat box. So if y'all put that in on Facebook, then we could just have it there. If anybody wants to tap in, just trying to watch them close last minute, get something good to listen to.
Yep.
Huh? Oh, snap. All right. Let's drop this off right here. All right. Check us out live. Like podcast. All right. Y'all let me know when y'all good on that, and then we could go ahead and get started.
Good, I just posted it.
Right, bet. Man.
Good.
We good? Yeah, we can still hear you. We can still hear you. DeMarcus, you good over there, old man? You figured that out?
Yeah.
I see that little. You remind me of my pops when he used to look over his glasses and he'd be looking at the screen like it would be like, look at your face. That's exactly. That's what you know he's trying to read. That's what I knew he was reading. Like I'd be like, Dad, what you reading? My bad, man. Oh, gee. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom.
Nate, we got y'all third string quarterback.
Oh, he really is gonna go there.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that kid, man.
He weird.
Yeah. I mean,
Who's this?
high school early.
Who's this?
Quinn Ewers or Ewers, however you say his name. I mean, dude got some talent, but what'd you say?
He went to Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Today,
really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that he left because CJ stepped up and balled so hard this year. It wasn't gonna be his job next year, so I ain't really mad at it. We got our quarterback, but came out there and got paid and did.
Got $1 million and came back.
Who that?
Oh, they gave him another like $1 million NIL deal.
Nah, I'm talking about he got $1 million from y'all that came to us. He probably
got
gonna
like
get
20 racks. Like he got like 20 racks up front. The $1 million was like you got to go win the Natty, you got to win the Heisman, you got to do so much different stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I ain't really tripping on it.
Marcus, you figured it out?
Yeah, I'm done.
He ain't even say nothing. He didn't even say that. He's gonna say. I knew he was done. He wasn't gonna say nothing. Like I'm learning. I'm learning, y'all.
I didn't want to interrupt Gerald's next conversation.
Look at you, brothers, man. Y'all just so polite. So polite. So welcome back to the Be Like Podcast. It's your boy K Sloan here with my dog.
Jay Jones with the headphone.
And he got the headphones and the AirPods. He fancy. Then we got the brain with us, right? The brain with us. How you feeling, bro?
Make GA's time, baby. I'm good.
Good. He's here. He's looking like he just made some moves, but he's here to drop some gems. And then we got the wise, the wop, the wisdom. How you doing today, sir?
Past my bedtime.
Past your bedtime.
We know.
It's all good. It's all good, Grandpa. We appreciate you staying up to drop those good keys for us.
We got good keys and we got good keys.
Got good keys. Before we get to dropping those keys, as a check-in, It's been a week, 2 weeks actually. Last time we came together was when we actually had the event here in Killeen, Texas, which was amazing. We talked to the kids. We ended up going and doing a podcast at Anonymous T, which was enlightening. And the energy was great. Had Shanice with us, who's been a great addition of energy. That girl got high frequency vibrations for sure. And then now I guess transitioning, I was thinking, y'all, just about the Kentucky situation. I just want to send my prayers up. And I mean, maybe if y'all want to, say a little bit of what y'all kind of think about that or what your thoughts were. Because the first time I saw that last week, Friday? Was it Friday that the tornado hit around the Kentucky area in that small city? And they said, there's 25 dead is how they announced it. And then they said, but we're sure that there's going to be a lot more deaths that get counted. And I was like, how do y'all so sure? But then I seen the pictures and it was like, you got a whole city just gone. Like in Kentucky, the whole city was rubbles. Like there was nothing there. So, I mean, what y'all got for that, man? This is a tragic situation.
I wasn't even really aware about that, but condolences, man, for the families for sure.
Yeah. And I guess what I think about it is like tornado country, not really too far away from here in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like we definitely get tornadoes, or we used to get tornadoes around the central Texas area, like in Belton and like Waco. So I know, like, I mean, it kind of woke me up a little bit. It's like, man, that could have been us. Like, to me, like, I feel like tornadoes touched down here on up through Oklahoma. And this one hit, and it hit Arkansas, it hit Illinois, it hit Kentucky, I think a little bit of Tennessee, and then I don't know the other state, but
I done seen a couple of them in real life. So,
yeah.
Is this not a weird time of year for tornadoes to be happening? I feel like I don't ever hear about a tornado in December.
In the middle of winter, yeah.
I think that's why it was so deadly though, is because it's just it being such a spontaneous deal. Like we don't never see tornadoes hit like this. So I think when this one hit, it was like that cold air and just the anomaly, bro. It just, man, it did damage, bro. They said there was houses that were like 6 miles in the air.
Bro, I used to work for a large tow company and literally watched a tornado pick a tractor trailer up in the air. Right by Loop 12. Pick it up in the air, probably 10, 15 feet. Just the whole truck just levitated in the air. Like God just picked it up and threw it across the yard.
That's wild.
The nature, the beauty of nature could also be just devastating, bro. Like it's so beautiful, but it could also be, violent. And it's like, bro, I just pray for them people, man. I'm thankful to God and that my family was hurt, and I wasn't in that. And I just pray for the people. Like if there's anything that we could do, I'd love to do it, like to provide relief. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's to some degree, because like imagine if you just lost your house just like that. Like nobody saw that coming. Like, it ain't even like you could have, like everything's gone. Like the supermarket, everything you own is gone.
And that's the biggest thing. If it can open up our eyes a little bit, and we can go out, like you said, go out and help those people. Like when Houston, with the hurricanes, how everybody come together. That's the biggest thing, with tragedy. When people come together and try to help out the people, going through the hard times, that's what we need right now. So, like you said, if there's anything we can do, I haven't really looked if they had any type of relief. I would love to help out because that's what they need right now. So,
and I've been in relief situations. I've been on disaster teams. You'd be surprised how much it's not just about money. Just for somebody to be able to talk to them, try to get a plan together for the next day, keep their hopes up, keep their spirits up, just to know that y'all have heard me saying in the podcast before, you woke up today. There's a reason why you woke up today. It may look devastating, it may look like there is no tomorrow, but there's a reason why you woke up today. So, keep spirits up, keep faith going, like I said, plan for tomorrow, or just to be able to interact with somebody. You don't want to, we're not made to do stuff alone. You don't want to be in them situations alone. So, like I said, anything can help. I've literally done it before, so I know how effective it is. So.
Facts.
I'm gonna get with you about that, DeMarcus. See what we can do with the nonprofit and get some going on the relief side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we could kind of get to a lighter note and talk about what Nate wanted to get onto. So Nate, you can go ahead and introduce what you were talking about in the message when we were addressing topics.
Just like what DeMarcus was just saying, having somebody to talk to, right? First off, condolences to Demaryius Thomas's family. That's really what put this on my mind with him passing, and also to the Nick Cannon and his family. I wasn't aware of that situation, which Real brought that up. So, people are dealing with stuff, man, from the tornado situation that we talk about, people are just dealing with their own battles that we're maybe not necessarily aware of. For me, just wanted to put a little bit of emphasis on one, you being okay with opening up. I think that's where it should start. You have to be okay with opening up, but being able to go and check on your friends, call your people, right? You may not talk to them all the time, but that's important. We can't be out here alone in the world. I think a lot of times people kind of take on the mindset of, I'm doing it by myself. I don't have anybody in my corner. Nobody really cares about, what I'm dealing with. We got to change that narrative. That's really the whole thing. You have to actively change the narrative like that. Even if it seems a little bit weird, if it's not something that you would normally do, reach out to people, man. What's up, bro? How you doing? And it's something I'm working on myself. I'm not always on top of doing that, but shout out to my boy Stefan. He hit me with it a couple of weeks ago. Just we talk literally every day almost, right? Unless we're just super busy at work. But it's about sports. It's about whatever's going on in the world. Hit me up. Just, hey, bro, I'm just tapping in. See how you doing? Cool. What's up? That's the conversations we actually have to consciously start having. We have to make a moment for that. I feel like so. That's really just what I wanted to touch on. Like I was telling y'all earlier, it kind of stood out to me with what Shannon Sharp said. I saw a clip from your show, and he was saying that someone told him that he should reach out to BT, and he just didn't get a chance to do it. Right? We never know when we won't have any more chances. So if you have that kind of a feeling, if somebody tells you, hey, maybe you should check on this person, anything, right? Reach out before it's too late, man. It's always a good time to do it. Right? When you're trying to care about somebody, when you're trying to make sure somebody is in a good space, the best time is in the present, right? Don't wait until it feels right. Do a thing.
Right. And then like you talking about with Demaryius Thomas, just for some context with people that don't watch football, Demaryius Thomas is an NFL wide receiver that retired, and then his death, the way he died this past Thursday, I don't think it's been disclosed yet how he died, but I think it was known that he was having struggles, and all of a sudden he now passes away from what some say is a seizure, and then you're talking about as well just the mental health of like the people that we care about, man. And when people go through something, sometimes us as men, I can speak for us, it's a lot of times we take things on our shoulders and we carry it. We'll just try to carry everything, especially when we have a family behind us, or as a young man, sometimes you don't want to show weakness because you think about how your peers see you and things like that. You don't want to be crying and things like that's not like really our culture, like here. But I think it's important for me, specifically me, to be open with my guys when they ask me, hey, Sloan, how you doing? It's important for me to be open because when I do that, it allows me to say some of the things out loud that I never say. Like it allows me to actually get it out, like actually say like, man, like it's tough right now. Like it's tough right now. Actually list some of the things that's going wrong, and not in a complaining way, just more so in a way of just getting it out, like getting it out that it's said, like I'm going through this. So I don't, battle it in the quiet, in the dark, and just battle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not ever have anybody like be like, hey, Sloan, like I've been through that too. Or like, bro, I feel you. Like that's something that I would be stressed out about as well. That's important. Just having that open dialogue about those struggles.
Very important, bro. Like really with what you're saying, people don't know, right? People don't know what you're dealing with. So if you're holding it in, how can somebody help you? I saw y'all follow him on Instagram or Twitter, whatever, Mr. Jason Wilson. He posted something that I think it was yesterday, the day before, and I'm probably chopping it up what he said, but basically was saying nobody cares about the strong man until he breaks, and that affects them, right? So without getting to that point, we have to actually open ourselves up, be willing to communicate the things that are going on because you don't know where help can come from. That's really the thing. Nobody is just going to come and say, man, you look like you got it all together. Here, let me give you a little bit more help, right?
Yeah.
Got to be able to open up and say, nah, it's hard over here. I need guidance in this part, whatever it is, whether it's actual outlets that you need, whether it's, guidance on certain topic, anything. You never know where your help really come from, but you have to be willing to open yourself up to it.
That's big right there.
I personally have been on both sides of that spectrum. I've been the guy that everybody thinks that, you handle things so great. I don't know how you handle it, but I don't even see how you're able to carry that. And they think that my life is peaches and cream, like I don't break down or whatever. I'm like, I don't know what y'all see, but I'm hurting or I need help or whatever. We've had my friend Monte on the podcast before, man. You talk about Mr. Wilson, he would compare that to a dam. The dam is holding back all the water, but nobody realized the pressure of the water till the dam breaks. He has a really good book out too, but till the dam break. And that was Monte for me. Like, if I thought I was holding it together, and I just knowing that Monte was my solid brother, we feel like we spiritual brothers, like for real. Like, I might need to talk to my dad or whatever, but whatever. Just to see if he really is my brother. Anyways, he was for me. When my dam broke and all the water poured out, he was the one there that noticed it and caught it, and I was able to let out a lot of stuff with Monte, emotionally, responsibility wise, not feeling like I could go to anybody, not feeling like anybody will understand. And he just simply said, man, you're a little off. Tell me, like, you can talk to me. And then being willing, when you tell somebody that, being willing to actually be able to talk to them, not just actually saying it just to be saying it. There's a cliche that all of us say, I don't know if everybody does, but a lot of people like, oh, I understand, I don't understand what you're going through, I'll be praying for you. Hey, I'll just be honest with you. All them people don't pray for you, but I will stop and pray that anybody that I touched, talked to, or have came in any type of vibe with that, may God protect him with his hand. But just to cover that whole saying, because we really don't care until stuff breaks, just to be honest. And then it's like, well, why didn't nobody talk to you? Why you didn't say nothing? Why you didn't ask for help? Like, it's a very large phenomenon, especially with Black men period, but especially with Black men. Like, we got to learn a better way to move with that.
Yeah.
Because stress is a silent killer too, man.
Mm-hmm. But we got to get, like y'all all saying, we got to get better at asking for help too. Because, a lot of people present well and they go home and, that's when everything hits them. So, the people checking in on them, that's cool. But when you really, feeling terrible, having a bad day, having a bad week, call somebody. Like DeMarcus said, call your Monte. I call my granddad because I just feel like I could talk to him about anything. So have that person, at least one person that you can trust with anything, that you can say anything to, because like DeMarcus said, getting it off your chest, it helps so much. So don't be scared to ask for help, even as a man. Hey, I need help, man. Hey, I had the worst week of my life. I need to talk to somebody, or even going to counseling. There's nothing wrong with that either. Nick Cannon brought his counselor to his show. The day his kid died, he still went to work. And he brought his counselor up there, and like, just to let people know, like, hey, this is the person I talk to. This is the person I run to in situations like this. So he was just showing the world, like, hey, I'm going through something, but I'm still going to work because, he felt better working. He felt better doing something. He didn't want to sit and think about it, but he brought his counselor to work. So just in case he needed him. So don't be scared to ask for help, man. Don't be scared to ask for it. Everybody needs help.
I like that a lot because like him bringing his counselor to work, that's powerful because it's like, I enjoy work. This is my happy place. This is my peace. But I know that, I'm not good. So I'm not worried about what y'all think. Like, I'm bringing my therapist here. So y'all know I'm trying to get my job done. I'm trying to be effective. I'm trying to carry on and move forward. And it's like, I think sometimes we are afraid of people to see our bandages, like mentally. when you have a bandage, or when you hurting, you have a bandage, it looks like things like that, or it looks like things like, so certain people don't want to talk to people without, their mama around, or like I got a deal where I carry like toys. Y'all ain't seen me in a minute, like on a consistent basis, but not like that. Look at his face. I carry like tennis balls. Like that's my thing. So I usually have a tennis ball, like I'll be throwing around like at work. Like I'll be having it just because like if I'm stressed, it helps me to have something to manipulate when I feel like things that might be getting out of control. It's just like a physical cue to let me know that I still got control of the situation. Like if I throw this tennis ball off the wall and come back to me, I'm still in reality. You know what I'm saying? Versus like losing myself. And I think a lot of times we don't learn coping mechanisms for when we're going through stressful times. We just like go through them and then we have an outburst, or we break down, or we do something crazy. And then people are like, yo, I had no idea you was going through all that. It's like, well, I didn't tell you, but I also didn't build any coping mechanisms for myself that were successful for me. So for anybody, my thing is I love carrying, like I got the little fidget toys. I be keeping those. Like kids, I'm a teacher, so the kids think it's for them. But it's like, nah, like it's really for me. Like it's like I'll let y'all use them, but I keep them just on deck because I know like being able to have something physical to manipulate in a situation if I'm stressed out, it really does help me a lot. Rubber bands, like I keep a ring on, something I can spin. Like just having those physical touch deals for me, like in stressful situations, helps. That's what made me think about that therapist situation. But go
question,
ahead, bro.
just to challenge all of us on that method. Is that a form of escapism? Because if that's a form of escapism, you never deal with the issue.
Which part? The what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the tennis ball,
right.
No, it's
no.
energy. It's physical energy that you can release. But as far as the issue or whatever you're dealing with, Nate, would you agree that that's a or no?
Do you think it's a?
I see where you're going with it.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
I don't know that I would necessarily call that in itself escapism. I see what you're saying though, as far as just like always doing something to kind of distract yourself from your stress. I really don't know on that one though. If I would call something like what Kerry was saying escapism, because if it's helping you process in the moment, then maybe it's not something that you can actually, fully figure out in the moment. You just have to figure out how to continue to go through it.
Okay.
So
yeah, and I wouldn't, like he said, it's like everybody has their own coping strategy, coping mechanism. If that helps them, like, kind of focus on, like you said, brings them back to reality. Like, hey, I'm still in control. I'm good. That kind of puts him back to where he needs to be to do what he needs to get done. So I think, like, I tell my clients, who I work with, so I tell them to find something that shows you, hey, this is what's happening right now. Like sometimes they can hear things, see things that's not happening. But something like that, I can teach them like to throw a ball and catch it, and that can be like, cool. I'm in reality. I'm good. That can calm them down. So I actually like it. My computer's about to die.
Go ahead, fix that. But and to address what you're saying as far as escapism, though, DeMarcus, I like that you said that because it makes me think about it now. So like what I'm doing, I would call it grounding. Okay. So I feel like that's more so getting my feet and my head in the same place. Like the ball beats off the ground, it comes back to me, I'm still here. Versus escapism, where it'd be like a deal like I'm on TikTok all day, I'm on Twitter all day, or watching videos and constantly trying to get my headspace away from thinking. And then I lose myself in another reality. Like, I'm living someone else's life. I'm watching reality TV or binge watching, or I'm drinking heavy every weekend or every night. Like those are escapisms because I'm not dealing with it. But when I do those things though, bro, I'm dealing with it. Like, and those aren't the only things that, like, it's not just doing that. It's not going to solve my problems. Like solving my problems usually come from things like I actually crack jokes too when I'm really going through it. Like I like make jokes about my situation to laugh about it because they say that's the healing medicine is laughter, like humor, like us being able to have a good time and laugh things off will really heal us a lot faster than trying to grind it out. Like if it gets tough like that, bro, I'm gonna crack a joke. Like I'm gonna definitely get to going on something. Like, and it's just like it helps me. Like it's just little things to keep you going so you don't start drowning. Like, because if it's not always people around you could talk to. Like, bro, Jarrell, you said that one discreet person that you have is your granddad. for a long time, I felt like I didn't have one discrete person. Like I felt like everybody was gonna tell my business. Like I just felt everybody isn't. I feel like we don't all have those people. Like everybody does not feel like people are gonna be confidential with your information. And the truth is that a lot of people aren't. Like sometimes you tell people your business and they go tell everybody, and nobody really tells you they know, and they just judge you. And I'm not that I'm worried about being judged like that, but it's just like I've kind of come up in a way where it's like physical activity was my safe haven. Like that's why I was able to express myself. And now that I'm no longer an athlete, I think it helps me to have like manipulatives. Like I think those things are like, then I get to go work out, then I get to move around. And then I'll talk about my situations with my close people, with my friends, we'll chop it up. Your brother actually, Mr. Lipton Gold, was around when I was going through one of my lowest points. And I used to like just tell him stuff and he would listen. Like he wouldn't even say nothing back. He would just listen. And I think that's something that people need to practice as well. It's like sometimes people are talking to you not to hear you respond. You know what I'm saying? They're just talking to you to get it out. And just being that sounding board, like just so I can get it back off you and just know I said to a human, man, that's super beneficial. So if y'all care about people, you can just listen, and that's just as beneficial as when you're giving feedback. You're like, people not always talking to you to hear your feedback because you may not be able to give legit information compared to their situation at that time. That's okay.
That's very real, man. I always think back to what you saying to Marcus.
I was gonna say, she knows she is. Shout out to my friend Miss Pretty. She taught me that.
Yeah.
I had a woman teach me that. She was like, "You don't have to solve everything. I don't want to answer. I just need you to listen." I was like, "Okay, I can listen.
I can listen." Like, just take it.
It's a lesson I've had to learn for sure. But like what Carrie is saying, man, it's a lady, I couldn't even tell you her name. I used to work at a community center, and like we just like sitting at the front desk greeting people as they came in, like, check their mail or whatever. This lady came and sat down and talked to me for an hour and a half. I had never met her before, and she gave me her whole life story, told me about all of her family drama. She came back like a week later, like crying, like, "Oh, thank you so much for listening." That moment right there, like, really showed me like what you're saying, bro. Some people just need to talk and get it out. So you never know. Like, do that for. It doesn't have to just be your friends. If you find yourself in, because y'all know my mindset is like, all these people talking to me, like, whatever. But I was like, man, like this lady is really like going deep on this. Maybe she needs to talk about this. And it kind of clicked for me then. Like just, sit there and listen sometimes. Let people get it out, then that could be the help that they need.
No, facts. Just not being a barrier to their flow, right? Because sometimes that flow, that's why people cry and that's why people act out in rage. You know what I'm saying? Because who likes to choose which one. But when that happens, I think it's because like there's a barrier, and like when it's released, it's like that's the release. Like it's like, so if I'm coming to you with my problems, or somebody's coming to me with their problems, if I don't put anything up to stop them, then it allows them to keep going until all of that energy either transfers or temporarily runs out. But it's not gonna run out, right? It's gonna go somewhere else anyway. But it like get it out, get it all out, let it all out. So once they let it all out and they release it, then it's like, okay, now we can build on top of that. Now we can talk about a solution. Because a lot of times you can't get to a solution if you still, you still got more to say. Like you still like, I'm not done yet. It's like, all right, well, get done. Like, go ahead and get it out. Like, let me let you get it out then, and then we can build on that. So I
think the greatest gift, I'll speak for myself. The greatest gift in life to me is peace. Everybody doesn't have that. Everybody doesn't know how to obtain that. I've been in situations. I've been in situations where I was at work and I, just asked the person, everything going all right? Everything good with you? And they was like, no, actually, nothing's good with me today. I was like, talk about it, like, let's go. But I think I've been placed in a position to where I have, like looking at a waterfall, like I have that inner peace in me, to where I don't have to I don't have to rush anybody through that barrier that you were talking about. Like if you stop like the dam, if you stop all that, there's still a whole lot of pressure. There's still a whole lot of stress. There's still a whole lot of life that's back there. If you stop all that, don't let that person release it. You got to be ready for that too, on both sides of the spectrum. People asking for help, and if they seeking help, you got to be able to. If you can't help them move to some energy that can. So,
Right.
Right.
don't
And
be
that's
don't be so dismissive to all the people that's watching, all the people who can hear. Even if you can convey the message, don't be so dismissive of that, because that's hurtful. And if you feel like you've been dismissive of that, and then somebody goes off and passes away, or even take it to the extreme of like suicide, like Ricky Smiley, he said he told a lot of people like, go watch First 48 and just watch people's last moments of life. You know what I'm saying? Not to be heavy, like to cherish life, like to enjoy life and help us enjoy life. Like we're here together. We're not here by ourselves.
Mhm.
and then like you said, some people are scared to talk to people because they tried. And like you said, it was like, man, get out of my face with that. Like, go do something else. Go play basketball. Go do something about that. Like, no, I needed to talk to you. So it's like, well, nobody won't even listen to me. So I'm not even gonna try to talk to people. So that's the thing. Like you said, don't just throw people away. Like, man, shut up. This mental health ain't that important. It really is. So if your friend run to you and try to, tell you something serious, try to tell you they're having a like we said, bad week, just be there for them, however you can. If you don't know what to do, like DeMarcus said, there's plenty of resources you can point them to. Y'all can Google it together, try to find something to help them. But don't ever just dismiss what they're saying, because that's usually when people get to their lowest, darkest points, when nobody hear them, and they put something on social media because that's the only place they can talk.
Yeah, for sure.
Effort
And
is the
then,
key, man. Effort is the key. Put in effort to be of assistance. Put in effort to find assistance. Right. Just like what Jarrell said, there are people who are going to be dismissive. Everybody don't have, whether we need to call it emotional intelligence or whatever we should title that. Everybody doesn't have it, but that doesn't mean that that's everyone in the world. So for the people who are looking for help, keep looking. Just because you haven't found it yet doesn't mean it's not out there.
yeah, everything's been gone through twice. Everything has happened in this world at least twice. So you're not the first one. You're not gonna be the last one. Your help is somewhere with somebody that's been through it. And I was looking at, so y'all seen the post I had put up about the New Orleans Saints football player that ended up dying in the custody of the police. And the story behind that was he was a bipolar disorder diagnosed, and then people did talk about him having issues, but his support system was protecting him. So they kind of kept him under wraps as he was playing. And then I think when he got pulled over and they put him in the jail, he ended up fighting the inmate, couldn't be detained, out of control. He's like 6'5", 295 pounds. He's a defensive end. RIP to homie. But just they said that he was just so uncontrollable in that custody that they just like they feel like there's more to it. I think the story's still developing on how it went down, and we know our history with the police ain't great, so we automatically looking at it like, man, like what's the facts, But I think what bothered me the most was the fact they said that he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and that happened. It's like, dang, like, because I know there's so many brothers that's dealing with issues mentally, dog. They just dealing with it. It's just that one thing. Like, it's like you could be doing great. Like, you can have the money, you can have a family, you can have a faith base, you can have everything that looks good, but that one thing that gets you to that break. And now it's just like, if you don't have your support system around you and you in the custody of police, now you losing it, like ain't nobody there to talk to you. Like, where are we at to go in there and be like, bro, it's gonna be good. Like, it's gonna, who's gonna, like, it's too late at that point, right? It's too late. Like, it sucks. But check on your people. You know what I'm saying? Check on your people. But we could transition a little bit. Somebody about to say something? Go ahead.
We said this a million times. A lot of that information and education starts in our development mental years as kids, as teenagers, preteens, early 20s, especially in those years, man. As you can hear what we're saying, like, find somebody. Because at a young age, to find somebody, a friend or a counselor, even like what Kerry was saying, like a physical method to transfer energy and transmit energy. Like, please find somebody. It's imperative to life sometimes to learn how to uh, uh, deal with obstacles in your life, overcome obstacles, and be able to be strong enough to move to the next obstacle. Because there's another obstacle coming.
That's all life is. End of the day.
So you got to be good. So you got to get to the core and get that self-awareness. Because if you don't, then when that next obstacle does come, then now you fighting on a 50% power level versus when you normally at 95 to 100, you already down. You going into the battle losing. And then when you go into the battle losing, it's only going to take but so much to take you off your key. Like, it's going to knock you right off. And it's like, you have to have that self-awareness and find that help. But what I was going to say was, DeMarcus, you had a topic kind of switching towards relationships. And I think it's going to be good for all the men and young men to be able to get some old men, young men, all men, get some insight, and we can kind of have a conversation. And maybe even the ladies tap in with us that kind of get the mindset on how we think about this. So go ahead, DeMarcus.
This is me personally, but some men are naturally romantic and, you know, can make a woman feel like there's not another woman on earth. And then you have a lot of men that can take on responsibilities and not really understand the true value of romance. Like, you can take care of everything, you the protector, you the provider, you could be all that, you could be the cornerstone, but as far as the emotional partner or emotional, physical, mental, spiritual partner for the woman, I think sometimes we lack and we never actually put any insight to it because we are so busy doing the other things. Like, and my question was, where do we put those values at? As being the romantic man, and then understanding the value of romance.
Married man, married men. Y'all can speak first.
Like what DeMarcus said earlier when we was just talking, like when I came on, I heard y'all talking about it. That's one I'm still learning, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what a lot of cats is dealing with. It matters. I'm gonna say that as a married man, I'm gonna say it definitely matters. Making your woman feel wanted. What I would say though, to the value of romance, and then what I just said of making her feel wanted, I think a lot of guys do those things, the taking care of, you know, things around the house, or, you know, just being the man, being the protector, the provider. If you're doing that, in your mind, that's showing her that you want her, all right? But you just got to understand what's going on in her mind and understand, you know, love languages, right? I see so many people talk about love languages. People want to be wanted in the way that they want to be wanted. So I think you have to kind of figure out how you adapt to that. It's a challenge. I'll say that. It's definitely a challenge. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's something that you have to figure out how to. And what are we talking about with romance? Because I know what you were saying, you know, before we got on here officially, right? So if it's the pursuit of being with the woman, if it's, you know, the things that you do maybe when you're dating, do it, keep trying, right? But at the same time, I think we do get kind of caught up in, I have you now, you're with me. As she just walks by, says, like,
don't put your foot in your mouth. Don't put your foot in your mouth.
Nah, but it's a thing of, you know, straight up, like, if you think you've gone through the chase, I think we kind of shift into a different mindset of it. Like, we're no longer chasing, we're maintaining. Right? So I think maybe what more women would agree with is they want to continue to chase, right? Or at least, you know, it's not really a full chase, but run right here behind me, you know, just to make sure I'm still feeling that.
And I've heard it explain like as far as like the romance piece is like them feeling chased, it develops the love more so. like them, like they want to feel like they still like guided, like they still pretty, like because you with them so long, they want to always feel like you madly in love with them and like you lusting over them still like in a way that you did before, right? And I'm not married. Can't add to this from a married perspective, but that's what I've heard. But then, going back to digress to the point you guys both made, being romantic is not my strong suit. Like that's not something that comes natural to me. Like I've had to listen. I've had to listen every time they say something that's like, oh, like I'd be like, what was on? Like what happened? What you like? You know what I'm saying? So I can go ahead and pick it up. Like, okay, let me make sure I do that.
What was off?
Yeah. What was on? Like, what awed you? Why? How did we all there? Because like, bro, it don't be. It's like the stuff we think would be like super dope and romantic. Sometimes I think like we'll try to make her feel good, and then you'll not necessarily get the response you want. You be like, all right, I'm gonna try to do better next time. But I tried. But they'll tell you though, like in the way they like the way they see the world, like the things they see in the world. And I think it's important for us to listen because that's the only way sometimes, because you won't explicitly get told until you messed it up. I think like that's when you know, like, oh, okay, I got that wrong. All right, got you. I got you.
Take the hints and put your ego aside, is what I'm gonna say. I know for me, I'm gonna tell y'all when we got engaged, it felt like the corniest thing I had ever done in my life. Like straight up.
Why?
Because I'm not a romantic person. Like my brain actually just does not function like that. That's not something I ever am thinking about. Like DeMarcus saying, like, rose petal, or maybe that was you, Kerry. Whoever said rose petal. Yeah, like that's just not what my brain.
Yeah, that was scary. I ain't doing it. Yeah.
But in doing that, like, so we got engaged a couple of days before my birthday. We were celebrating my birthday, and I'm not a big gift receiver or anything. So I was like, okay, let me come up with, something corny. We went to an escape room, and my plan was to have her find the ring, but they just couldn't get it set up like that. She wanted me to win because it was my birthday. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll keep it with me. Gave this little corny speech. I never know what I want for my birthday. This year I'm asking for you. And to me, that's like, bruh, what are you doing? If I could step outside of myself and see that, I'm gonna be like, bruh, look at you. Like, look at what you're doing right now.
Oh man.
For her, she held back her tears a little bit. My mama was there, bust into tears. And, oh my God, baby, I didn't know you were that sweet. I was like, yeah, I didn't know I was that sweet either. Like,
I had no idea
that I could do it. So you just got to put the pride aside sometimes, man. Do it, do what you think is gonna work. And again, it goes back to effort. You might not get it perfect, but if you're trying, that's gonna go noticed. Right? That's better than not putting in any effort at all.
That's what I was gonna say. Even the small things, like they see you working hard, taking care of the house, paying the bills. They know you're tired, and you just come home one day, like you said, some roses. Put them. I'm not super romantic either, but put them somewhere.
Yeah.
Next morning they wake up and it's just some random roses. It's like, oh, he tired. He just got off work and he thought about me. Like, it's just the small things. I mean, like y'all said, every blue moon, well, probably more than every blue moon, take them out, dinner, nice and stuff, nice movies, dinner, dress up. They want to dress up, stuff like that, stuff you hear. But I'm with y'all. I'm not super romantic. I don't wake up and think of poems and stuff. So I just do it my way. Like,
okay. Question.
My way,
Does anybody know a guy that is romantic?
I got partners. But I'm gonna tell you though. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna preface this, and I'm not making this a total comment. But my guys, my dudes, that's like my friends. They have a lot of women that they do this for, so they have a lot of practice. And I'm not gonna say that means they're womenizers and that all men that do this are womenizers that are good at it. But I mean, the guys I know, the reason why they're so good at it is because they had a lot of practice. So those are my friends that I know, and I'm not gonna drop no names around here. So we all developing. We all developing.
This ain't the first 48. This ain't first
48. No plugs. But shit, man. Like I think it's just practice. It does take practice. I mean, especially when you're dealing with. So like, I think if you're dealing with your woman and then you get to learn your woman. Like when I was with my girl and I was doing pretty good, she was telling me I was doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It was like I kept trying, bro. Like I was like trying different things. Like, oh, she ain't like that. She's like this, boom, boom, boom. And then after a while, you get used to it. Like you get used to like your girl, like what she like, what she don't like. Cause if you show up with the blue flowers and she ain't really into the blue flowers like that, you know what I mean? She gonna take them, but it didn't mean as much. It's gonna be like, you know, they say August, like, oh, you thought about, man, they be wanting certain things. You just gotta listen. You gotta listen.
That was the part about the value of romance too, because you can say effort, but then sometimes like,
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Women will tell you the truth. Like,
they gonna tell you, yeah,
what's romantic about that?
Yeah, you must not know me. You don't know me, huh? After all this time, you still don't know
right
me.
there.
And you be like, I tried though. I can't wait. I tried. Like, nah, you gotta listen though. I think that's the part where we take that in and we listen and we pay attention.
But the I can't say the worst thing I heard, but like sometimes I hear women like, I better not, like my engagement ring better look like this. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude,
you got one. You got one. Like,
that's us. That's how we think. Once again, that's how we think.
That's how we
think.
think.
They've been, you know, their vision of a ring has been that their whole life. So it's tough. It's tough. It's hard out here for us, man, sometimes. But I guess having women that understand us, that know us, helps us too. Because they know the effort. Like Nate's wife knew that effort that he put in. It's like, Nate, you know, that's not so knowing us helps us in those situations too. Them knowing us.
And I like that Nate said it about his mama was there crying, which because his mama know him. And I think having a relationship with your mama helps you understand like how to be more romantic, or like the women in your family. They'll teach you things. The ones you care about, they'll give you like those little like feeling cues. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll get that practice because we don't get that in our, you know, male dominated settings. Like you're not gonna know how to get that.
That's ridiculous.
Shout out to my sisters. They didn't help me in situations. I literally had my sister tell me, Jaleesa, well, she don't care. Jaleesa literally told me that means go after her. Like, now.
Like that, man, shocked.
Man, she tripping. I ain't going over there. No, go now. Like, I don't even know why you're sitting here. I'm like, I'm not going. DeMarcus, if you want this relationship, you need to leave. I'm like, so I went. It was all like it's almost like a game to me. It was like, wait. So we did all this just so I can do this? Like,
nothing's direct, bro. Nothing's direct. It's crazy. There's nothing that's ever direct. Game, you got to play the game. It's like
play the game.
We direct. Like we would think that this means this, and it's not the case. Like that, leave me alone does not mean leave me alone.
Yeah, it means figure out how to get right back in my good graces.
Right. And it's like so like when I want to be a jerk, that's when I actually leave. When I want to be a jerk, that's why I'm leaving you alone. I was like, oh, okay, you said me alone.
I'm about to go work out.
He's like, ding, ding, ding. He's like, all right, sorry. I'm coming on the way. I'm on the way. Just playing. Just kidding. But nah, I think that's how I see it. I mean,
did y'all see romance as it might be all attention, gifts, you know, the spontaneous effect. How do y'all see romance? I know we all say we're not the most romantic, but how do
all of the above?
Yeah, it's everything.
It's everything. Like you said,
it's who you talking to. Right?
Exactly.
I just this morning I saw a tweet. One girl said, going on, you know, trips around the world or whatever with the love of your life instead of a $40,000 wedding. A girl responded to it and said, "Oh, that's you because you living in you living in or life." That's what she said. It was kind of cool. And said it. She said, "You're living in or life. I'm having and."
Yeah,
right?
I need
I'm
both.
like, well, you know, okay, that's who you going after. That's who you going after.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you gotta know your lady. You gotta know your lady. Know who you dealing with. Because if she's in the and lifestyle, you're gonna have to give her the, you know what I'm saying, the trips, and you're gonna have to court her every single week on a consistent basis because she about that. And if that's how it is, then you know, hopefully we figure that out early in the game towards I can get the hell out of Dodge before I go broke. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying to go broke, and I ain't really built like that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a conversation. You have to get this business jump started if you want
And
if you're trying to get on that and play, credit cards, we could.
Don't max out your credit cards.
We
Fellas. Don't do that.
I'm max out the credit
Don't
cards
ruin your
for the
credit.
and life.
I'm a reformed trick apparently because I went to the credit card.
Whoa!
Transparency hour. What's up?
After what if you max it out? Then she leave you. Now you gotta dip all her bills. She go for the and somebody else. You still dealing with her.
Nothing to show.
It's like cutting your superstar from the NFL team. You still gotta pay.
You still gotta pay. I'm still paying on you. Franchise player.
4 years later.
4 years later, still get paid. Still get It's tough, dog. But when you dealing with them high tickets, that's what some of these cats be doing out here. Because they trying to create that romance for somebody that they can't please. So it's like you gotta also see, those signs when your lady not getting pleased, and there's nothing that's making her happy, and you are literally drying your pockets out, drying your soul out to make this woman feel you.
That's a good question, because I will be honest. I kind of equate these things. Some things I see that some women may enjoy or like gets equated to money.
Yeah. A lot.
Should romance be equated to money? Because it's a thought that counts. If I go set us down and go make a picnic and actually make some sandwiches and go to the park and set us down, that's good for 15 seconds. But then after mosquitoes bit you a couple of times, or
you gotta keep it funky. You gotta keep it exciting. You gotta take her, to the lake after that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go. Hey, we getting, in the swimming suit and go jump in the water, bro. We're gonna go in there and just.
Okay. So
you gotta keep going, bro. You
gotta bring some off.
Yeah. Bring some off. Get some spray on you. You got to, bro, because it's gonna be, man.
It's gonna be mosquitoes. That's an obstacle.
They're gonna be out there. That's an obstacle. You gotta find a solution. We
solution-based people.
Yeah, we solution-based people. Yeah. No, real talk. It's a struggle out here, bro. That's why we need to get in groups and have these conversations, because there's some dudes out here going outside, man. Cats be going outside. They be thinking that the money is the only way. Just spend more money.
I want to hear a story about going outside. Oh my God. I heard this story on Thanksgiving. This is the saddest go out I've ever heard. Oh my God. My man is in the hole. Big in the hole. And absolutely nothing to show for. Got played, right? Like played hard, like bought a whip, paying rent.
Yeah.
This man work offshore, work in a different state or doing something like that. Come home, like, ooh, baby, my flight come in at this and that, thinking I'm gonna get picked up from the airport in the car that I pay for.
Didn't even pick up.
Oh, that's cool. Holla at your girl when you get here. Oh, I'm here. Where you at? I'm busy.
Oh,
nah, you can't come over here. Oh, I'm like, you gotta know the game that you're playing, fellas.
Yeah.
That's the real one. You must know the game that you're playing. And because, like DeMarcus was saying, on the financial side of things, I'm not knocking any woman who's doing this, because it's a lot of dudes out there who are not reformed tricks like Kerry, and they will blow the bag on you. So if you just living your best life at his expense, pimp on pimp. But you as a it's a dangerous game, but it's dangerous on both sides. If you out there fronting that bag, if you leaving some things out there that you can't maintain, you setting yourself up for failure, because that's what she gonna be eating up. All right, it's some women who are looking for that lifestyle. So if you're going to present it, make sure you can back it up, make sure you can sustain. That's the only thing you got to know, because if not, you gonna be, out there on your own, sad and broke.
You know what? And I'm gonna add to this. For those ladies that you address, we talk about in the podcast a lot of self-awareness. That's what we always bring things back to, right? The self-awareness, being a light to all people, trying to help y'all and us grow as a collective. If I am doing that to a person, if I am taking advantage of a person of the opposite sex, what it's saying is that there's something about me I can't deal with right now. I'm not happy with myself to do somebody like that. Like, money's not everything. Like, even like I've had situations where there's been, ever, bro. Like, there's been women that wanted to like do things for me in access that I wasn't asking for, but I didn't take that as an opportunity to max them out on the fact that they cared about me. It's like, no, you got to have some type of moral compass, a code about yourself that says, if I can't reciprocate that energy for you, I'm not gonna take all your gifts and then you pull up off the plane and I can't come pick you up. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you doing another human like that? Like, come on now. Like, at some point, you got to see this as like, this may be your son that's gonna be like this, because you want to. It's all fun and games. It's your baby. Now that's the trick. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, your mindset is gonna be in your kid's head of what a woman or a man should be, and they're gonna start attracting that type of energy. You know what I'm saying, in their life, and you're gonna be all mad at the other person when it's really you that created that monster in their head. Now they out there dating. So it's like, people need to think about that too. Like, that energy is recirculating. So we need the self-awareness, brothers and sisters. Self-awareness. Self-awareness. Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Be Like Podcast, we've been tapped in. Prosperous People is what we got going right now.
Prosperous People is going to be sponsoring a couple of kids out of the Aldine School District. Take them on a little shopping spree for Christmas, do something nice like that. We wanted to get the Christmas like toy drive going and everything, but we were a little last minute on that. We still growing, we still figuring it out. So we'll get us a couple of kids, take them out, do some nice things for them. After that, we're trying to get more into our mental health field. So like what we've been talking about, asking for help. Y'all need help, come holler at your boy. We're doing life coaching. We're going to be getting into counseling at some point later next year. We're going to be doing a lot of things, building some programs for, in my mind right now, nothing is on paper yet, but in my mind, we're going to be building some programs to assist veterans and to assist former athletes or transitioning athletes, right? Just like what we were talking about with DT, right? With Demaryius Thomas. There are people who are going through things. There are a lot of people, we all know them just from playing football with them, right? That you were the dude in football. That was your whole life. You was the man in your city, and you don't really know how to transition into normal life once that's over with. And it kind of spirals out of control, right? So that's kind of where we're focusing right now on what we can do to bridge the gap, really, bridge the gap between, small town superstar into normal civilian in life.
Facts.
Big facts.
And that's beautiful. That we all about the kids for sure. And Fearless Foundation, they making ways for the kids. Up next weekend, what we got going, Fearless Foundation? What we got?
And Saturday, 11 o'clock, we're gonna be doing a toy giveaway, like Kerry said. Gonna have about, how many presents you think we have? The mark's about 125, 150 every year.
Yeah, the number goes up every year. So
yeah,
still taking donations.
Doing a raffle free. We're just taking like no money towards, no money, just taking tickets, write your name on it, write your phone number. We're actually gonna get emails this year so we can kind of connect with some of the kids that, like we said, need help, need somebody to talk to. So doing a raffle, a couple bikes, a couple hoverboards, So we trying to have some people out here riding in style or hovering in style, I guess.
And where we at, VP? Where we at?
It's gonna be on at CC's in Forest Hill, Texas, Saturday, 11 o'clock. So we'll be out there. You'll see the table. You'll see some people. Maybe we have some signs. We don't even need signs anymore, but we might have a couple just to let people know we're over there. It's going to be a drive. We bring the presents to the car, fill out the raffle tickets and everything because, COVID is still real. So still going to have our gloves and masks on, but passing out presents, man, just trying to help the less fortunate. Because I know so many kids don't get Christmas presents. I never had to experience that, so I want to just help where I can. So,
word. We're gonna be out there. Me and Cadis gonna pull up, man. We're gonna pull Cadis out there. She said she wanted to help, so I told her we'll go. And then Mr. Let to Go Express, man. What we got going with that? What's the move on that right there right now?
Well, the entity will be out there at the toy drive too. We kind of. I mean, we've been there together every year, so every year we're there. So it is to understand that it's truly a blessing to give. You will not understand until you can give to somebody out literally the kindness of your heart, having no intent, whether it be for gain or malicious intent, like literally having no intent. See you put a smile and literally are the reason why somebody has a better day, a better season. For somebody to say thank you because I've never done this. A lot of stuff we take for granted. Like Gerald said, he never had to worry about Christmas presents or whatever. But a lot of stuff that you may take for granted, I think it's just in the norm to be able to visit with somebody and be that for them, and it'll touch your heart in a way that you will never believe.
Yeah.
So if you are in the area and you can help, even if you can come help us pass out tours, like we love when people bring their kids, because like when we bring our kids and let them see or be able to help, like it touches them in a different way too. It's truly a blessing to give.
Yeah, so I can't wait to take Cadence out there because she was really like excited when I told her that. She was like, "Oh, they're giving out presents, like we can go." I'm like, "Yeah, we're going." So we're gonna be out there, you know what I'm saying, being a light, as well as helping out with giving these kids that opportunity to have that Christmas. And then where can they donate? If anybody that's online, right? So people that want to donate online, where can they do that?
So you can Cash App me. I wonder if y'all can see it if I put it on here, but it's J Jones 7 Deuce. It's Jones 7 DEUCE. So I was gonna just put it up here, but I don't know how good y'all can see that.
Yeah, we could do that. J Jones 7 Deuce.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead and
y'all
drop
send it to me. I go shopping 10 times before the event. Like literally, I go shopping, and DeMarcus usually, like I say, he always with me. We just go in there. We have about 10 bags at Five Below. I went to Walmart. I shop online for the hoverboards and stuff. Like I just try to use every penny.
Where people actually know us.
Yeah.
And just for anybody's peace of mind or comfort, literally every dime that you send goes to a gift of some sort. Whether it's the bikes, it's the toys from Five Below. We were literally walking Five Below, and
$400, literally. So, and then the bikes and the hoverboards. That's just the raffle. That's the big gifts. That's the raffles. But we spend good money on those. But like I say, we try to take care of everybody. We want everybody to have a good Christmas. So
that's it. That's powerful right there, brothers. That's powerful. So, man, Be Like Podcast, another successful one. You brothers brought the gems. Hopefully, y'all was tapped in and listening and growing with us as we continue to illuminate. And y'all got any closing words for the people?
Hey, when the book come out?
When the book come out, don't play with it. The manuscript is done today. The manuscript is done. So all we looking for is an editor, publisher. Book is coming out. Blessed to have received the offer from college student athletes to survive through that freshman year. That senior year, anybody in that zone of proximity, I got a book for them that's going to be able to break it down all the way from the beginning to the end from my experiences and my knowledge base. So that is definitely coming out January. We're gonna say January 15th. I'm gonna put a date on it. January 15th, we're pushing it. January 15th, the first time I said it out loud. So we're gonna make it material. So there we go.
A little bit over a month.
A little bit over a month. That's why y'all got a little three extra days. So we're gonna get that thing cracking up. Once I get it, I'm gonna get y'all some free copies, and then everybody else, y'all gonna have to pay a little bit. But we go. But it's worth it though, for sure. Like I put my heart and soul into it. So for sure.
We got some shirts coming out too, y'all, and I'm done giving y'all information. So
shout out to Kid for finally giving me my shirt. It only took 6 months.
Hey, but I said I'd do it. But I said
the Be Like Podcast. Now I have a shirt.
You been official, bro. You had a shirt on the inside first before you have it on the outside. Oh man, but hey, we out of here though. We out of here.